Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Welcome to Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com. You know, when it comes to roof racks, you're going to get one that looks great but doesn't do a whole lot, or one that doesn't look very good but it's very utilitarian. Well, I'll tell you what, our friends at GOBI Racks have this problem solved. Form meets function when it comes to GOBI Racks. Jade, tell me what makes GOBI's racks different and better.
Absolutely. So first off, we've been around for over 2 decades, so we know the game. Our biggest thing is we are non-modular, fully welded roof rack. So when you come to those washable roads, you won't have any shifting of screws, no movement of the rack. You'll be totally okay. Long time comes for this rack.
And how does it actually mount to the vehicle?
It is all non-drill, so it's going to be into the OEM holes of what comes on your vehicle, no matter what vehicle it is, Bronco, 4Runner, Jeep, anything.
I'm pretty sure that's the first question you get all the time. And probably the second one is, how much weight does it hold?
So you can actually point load it at 250 pounds. You can stand directly on it at that weight. And then it's got an 800-pound static load and a 300-pound dynamic load. So we've got you covered in weight no matter what you put on the vehicle.
And how do you make sure that all that weight, all that gear stays where it needs to be?
Well, we have a raised edge, and we have it a low profile for this is the stealth rack, and then we also have a Ranger rack, which is a couple inches taller, more of a basket style. So no matter how fast you're driving, or if you slam on those brakes, your gear is not going to move.
And why would one choose the Ranger rack over the Stealth?
It's purely preference or aesthetics, just to what one might want on it, whether you're doing a rooftop tent or you're just putting cargo boxes on there or anything along those lines.
GOBI Racks thought of everything, and I know a lot of folks are serious off-roaders, which means you're going to have a light bar or a rack to hold the lights. So what are the different options when it comes to mounting those on the vehicle?
So these two are our multi-light setup, so you can put a light bar or you can do individual lights, and we make light brackets for those as well. Or we have a 40-inch LED setup where you can put a straight light bar, which insets it. And that also allows you to have an option of a no riser, which decreases the rack size in the front, and you can lay something completely flat across it. So if you had a longer rooftop tent or you wanted to put canoes or kayaks completely flat on the rack, you're able to do so.
So with the existing equipment you might already have, GOBI plays nicely with what you've already got on your vehicle.
Yeah.
Very cool. And one thing that I really like when it comes to mounting the lights, I see a couple little plugs there. And I think that's a great feature.
Yeah, so you can actually remove those plugs and feed the wiring through any of your lights through the tubing, and you can go in through the firewall from there. So it won't be exposed to elements, no snow, no sunlight, no deterioration of those wires.
GOBI racks are super strong, as you've talked about, which is surprising because you see big spans there and the tubes there, but the tubes also serve a purpose, that tubular design, when it comes to airflow.
Yeah, absolutely. So because of those spaces, it allows any of the debris sitting up there or any snow to be removed off the roof. So you won't have any problem with rusting on the top of your roof line, which a lot of people aren't able to reach or is enclosed when you have a modular roof rack.
Maybe you get a little surprised when you climb up on the roof and you see all the rust that's accumulated on your old roof rack.
Yeah, unfortunately. But with ours, you won't have that problem.
Tons of features from GOBI Racks. In fact, a lot of them are patented. So what are some of the things we can find here we can't find anywhere else, David?
Yeah, we have multiple patents, one being the riser versus no riser. And so with the no riser, it's really good for the adventurer that doesn't want any obstructions. They're able to put plenty onto the roof rack. And then in case they have a sunroof, we have a welded mesh that goes across, can stop at that sunroof, or they can have those inserts like you see here. And each of those inserts, they can hold up to 165 pounds for their cargo capacity. And we also have the patented non-drill system because no one wants to be drilling into their vehicle, right?
No doubt about that.
So very smooth, very sharp looking. It's simple but elegant at the same time.
And there's tons of accessories too. It doesn't just stop with the racks for GOBI.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the things I can get to put on my rack?
Yeah, well, we have the GOBI standard crossbars, and that comes with every rack. And you can put a bike or kayak, snowboard, stuff like that. But we also have the upgrade option to where those can actually hold more weight, and they come in 2 different lengths, one 60 inches and another being 80 inches. So you can put multiple bikes up there, put 3 or 4 kayaks, canoe. So you're definitely able to get a lot more out of your travels with that upgraded option.
Another accessory I really dig is the panel on the other side here of the Toyota. What do I call that?
That's called the mole panel. And that's great for a bunch of different accessories like a gas can, traction board, like a shovel, just extra things that you're going to be bringing on your trip.
And I really like the awning too. That's a great thing for hanging out too when you're
Yes.
not actually out on the trail. It's a neat thing to attach there too. And a lot of folks are running accessories from Thule and Yakima and other companies like that. How compatible is a GOBI rack with those?
Completely compatible. So you're able to put any accessories you want on it, like axes. You can have that awning like you mentioned, and also just road showers too. So plenty of things that you can bring for any type of adventure you're going on.
Well, GOBI Racks says no place is out of reach, and it is true. You can find the GOBI Rack for your vehicle at GOBIRacks.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com when we come back, so stay tuned.
Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com, is brought to you by RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need. And by Neil Chance Racing Converters, home of the world's fastest automatic door slammers.
This is Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com, and if you have a UTV like this one, maybe a pickup truck, an RV, or even a semi, you're going to want to pay attention to this segment because we've got something that's going to make your vehicle perform better and look great too. And now, Jesse, you're here with GrilleAdz. You guys make all kinds of accessories for all those vehicles, and we'll get to those, but I want to talk about the main attraction here. On the grill here, tell me what I'm looking at.
Right, you're looking at our mesh bug screen that we repurposed. We're able to digitally print any image onto the mesh now using a patent pending process. Company logos are very popular with businesses across the U.S., but we also have a stock line of flags that we do as well.
And you have a whole lot of things in stock. What if I want something custom for my company or for my team or something like that?
Right, it's a very easy process. We're sent your company file, your logo file, and then we send you back mock-ups, and we just we'll go back and forth until we get the approval. It's an easy, pain-free process.
How durable is this thing? How long is this going to last on the front of my vehicle?
So our background is mesh bug screens for the semi-trucks. They're going to last a long time. We're seeing 3 to 5 years of heavy over-the-road use on a semi-truck. The longest one that we've had out here on a pickup truck is 5 years, and it still looks brand new.
It's a bug screen, so it's going to get bugs on it. I'm going to need to wash this off. How do I clean it?
So cleaning it, you can wash it with a hose. You can take it off. I leave mine on going through the automatic car wash. That's just the easiest for us. We go through there every few weeks.
Well, you drove it through one on the way here too, so
Exactly.
this is a testament to that. And what's it like to install it? It looks like it's not too complicated.
No, they take us about 5 minutes to install at our shop. I would plan for 10 to 15. It's really just getting it centered on the grill, but they're very easy to install.
We have a couple options when it comes to throwing it on there.
Right, most of the models are going to install with snaps. We send out 2 options. We send out how the semi-trucks are installed with drilling into the front grill, but we also send out 3M sticky snaps that are adhesive.
In case you don't want to put holes in
Exactly.
your grill there. Very cool. For summertime, that's great. For folks in the wintertime, there's a thing called a winter front. And that's kind of news to me because I didn't grow up in Manitoba or anything like that. So tell me what a winter front is and why I need one.
Right, winter fronts, they're really good for the diesel trucks. So what they do is they'll install in the same places as the bug screens, but they're designed to stop the wind from cooling off the radiator water. It helps keep the engine temperature up while you're going down the road in sub-zero temperatures.
So it's better for your engine. It's also better in the interior because the car is able to make some heat there
Exactly.
for the occupant.
Yes.
And now let's talk about occupant comfort as well here. You guys have come up with some window covers, which we see on the inside of this vehicle. How are those used?
Right, so the window covers, they're dual purpose. They're going to provide you privacy if you're ever out camping or on the road and you just want to sleep in your vehicle. The other benefit is they are 7 layers thick. So you got your nylon that goes against the windshield, 3 layers of 2-ounce polyester, the Mylar, which is a secret ingredient that's the same material used in fire suits, space suits, and then you got 1/4-inch foam to beef it up, and then you got your nice canvas that you're going to see on the inside of the vehicle.
And they're great looking materials, but they also fit the vehicles really well. Are these custom made per vehicle?
Right, yeah, they're made per model, per vehicle. We support just about every semi-truck and truck out there.
How do the window covers attach?
They attach with suction cups.
Couldn't be easier than that.
Couldn't be easier.
Excellent. Now let's talk about the UTV over here. We see the mesh screen in the back there, where a window would be in the back. Tell me what that's used for and why I need one of those.
We call them dust screens, so whenever you're out on the trail, it keeps the dust from rolling in from the back side, down your neck. It also helps keep the sun off the back of your neck as well.
This bag on the back then is super simple, but it's a great idea. Why do folks need one of those?
So the trash bags have been a great addition. The feedback that we've heard from owners of these machines is they lack storage space. So these hang off the rear or the side of these machines, and they just throw their trash in them as they're going down the road.
Perfect. There's no room in some of the more sophisticated.
Exactly, yeah. Some of the racing ones, yeah, there is absolutely zero storage space.
Perfect way to save space and also keep your environment clean. To get to the trail, you're going to take your RV. So what do you have for the folks for their RVs too?
So the RVs and even the vans, we have the window cover products. And again, they create a comfortable environment for you inside your vehicle. They're going to keep the hot out if it's the summer and the cold out if it's the winter.
Excellent. They're just attached with the suction cups, just like in the truck. And semi-trucks as well. Same things you have for the pickup truck also translates to semi-trucks too?
Right, yeah. So again, semi-trucks is kind of our background, and that's kind of what we've grown through the years with. Semi-trucks, the drivers, they love these window covers. The guys up north, they love the winter fronts, and then you have the bug screens for down south.
And how many different makes and models of semis do you cover?
Over 200.
All these products, like I said, make your vehicle look great, make it perform better too, make you a lot more comfortable. You can find everything here at GrilleAdz.com. And oh, by the way, did I mention all this handmade in the USA? We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com and more great products when we come back.
Motorhead Garage, brought to you by Dragonfire Tools. Heavy-duty workbenches and cabinets for your shop or garage.
You are locked into Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com. Let's say you've got a dually like this and maybe you're hauling around a fifth wheel. You know that can be hazardous and it can also be a huge hassle. There's a lot of problems that can be associated with towing, Jeremy. But Demco Products has a lot of solutions for us. Now let's talk in particular about the short beds.
Sure.
If you've got a short bed truck, what are some of the hazards you can run into?
So if you have a short bed truck with a stationary hitch and you go make a turn, the front cap of the fifth wheel can actually hit the back of the cab of the coach. Bust out the window, cause some damage to the truck, the trailer as well.
That can make for a real bad day.
Yes, a very bad day.
So
expensive day.
How has Demco Products solved that problem?
So we have our Auto Slide series here, and what we have is our 21K. And one thing that we do that's a little bit different than everyone else is we have an auto slide feature. So the pin box actually catches onto these side plates and it turns the head of the hitch and moves it towards the back of the bed of the truck. That way you're not hitting the back window and damaging things.
And that's remarkable, and a super cheap insurance policy as well here.
Oh, sure.
Let's talk about security as well. The way your fifth wheel actually hitches to this is unique.
It is unique. So what we do a little bit different than everyone else. Traditionally they did kind of like a crab claw jaw. And with ours, as you can see here, it's a full wraparound jaw with an additional locking bar. So what you have is about 2 3/4 inches of steel, actually keeping that secured to the truck itself. So it's an auto latching feature. As you can see, when they back up and they latch in, it hits that mechanism there and it locks it right into place.
That's the most secure thing I've ever seen. That's very cool. I know an issue also that a lot of folks have when they're hooking up either from a bumper tow or a fifth wheel, different heights for different trailers or different trucks.
Very true.
How do you deal with that at Demco?
So with all of our hitches, we have a built-in height adjustment. So they don't need to add in additional pieces to it to get the right height that they need. And that's all built in on these side plates that we have here.
I know a lot of newer trucks are coming prepped for fifth wheels. How do you contend with that?
So what Demco has done just in the last year and a half is we have Ford, Chevy, and Dodge prep package applications. It's all on the side plates here. So the nice thing about it is if someone already has an ISR hitch, they can actually buy, say, the Ford one if they bought a Ford with that prep package, and they can swap out the side plates and be ready to go with their existing hitch.
I know you're thinking you already want one of these. Stay tuned. We're going to have a QR code on the screen for a special offer for our Motorhead Garage viewers. And I know you're going to want one after you look at this too. Check out the Recon here and tell me what makes the Recon special.
So the Recon is a lightweight hitch and it's built of 3 pieces. So you can actually take this apart piece by piece to make it easier to get in and out of the truck. Right here what we have is our goose ball application. It goes over a 2 5/16 ball. And you torque it down to the bed, you set your height adjustment, throw the head on it, and you're ready to tow.
And that's it?
That's it.
And as far as installation, getting my truck ready to put this in, what do I need to do?
You'd have to have a goose ball in the bed of your truck, a 2 5/16 ball, so if you don't have that, you would want to get that. A lot of the prep packages that come from manufacturer are already having that existing ball application in the bed.
And we saw you install it here earlier with your buddy Mike.
Right.
And in and out in no time at all. How is that convenient for folks that maybe aren't towing full time?
Oh, the beautiful thing about the lightweight of this and the ease of install and removal is you get to have your truck bed. You know, I know a lot of guys want to be able to, throw the four-wheeler in the back and go four-wheeling over the weekend or something like that. They get to have their truck bed.
And it's light enough you can do it by yourself, easier if you do it with a friend as well.
Exactly.
Now, this is 21K, it means you can tow 21,000 pounds. What kind of range are we talking about? How many different models do you make?
Oh, we make 4 different models. We've got our Recon Goose, we've got a recessed Goose for that flatbed truck where they've got the recessed ball in the bed. We also have industry standard rails, so if you already have rails in your bed, you can drop it right into that. And then just recently we came up with a manual slider. It'll actually slide 14 inches to the back of the truck. So speaking of not busting out that back window, we have that available in a lightweight application as well.
We know the features are great. We know it's convenient to have one of these. Talk about the construction. How do they know there's quality construction going into this?
So this is made in Boynton, Iowa by U.S. workers, and it is made with U.S. steel. And if you look at any of our hitches, you'll see the nice thickness of the steel and the over-engineering of how we do it. So it's a good quality product.
And the welds look fantastic. What about a warranty?
A warranty, we've got 5-year warranty, so we stand behind our product.
If you are towing anything with a fifth wheel, you're going to want to check out demco-products.com and check out this QR code. Scan that. You'll also get a special offer because you are a viewer of Motorhead Garage. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com when we return.
Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com, is brought to you by Merit Motors, preservation over restoration, and by AG Products, be the king of clean.
Rolling along here at Motorhead Garage, I want to talk about lights. Lights on your car can really set it apart, and it's important for safety too, right, Brandon?
That's right. At Sparksmith, we help people see and be seen in whatever capacity that might be. So if you just want to do something simple like upgrading, say, your interior lights, you've got, this is called a festoon bulb. Those come in a variety of different sizes. Just got to measure them out and see what fits.
So that might be a light you already have in your dome light or something.
Correct, yeah. We've also got them in a couple of different colors. If you've got, like, a lot of people call them the peanut T10 bulbs. If you want to move outside the car and do something like your front parking lights, front turn signals, rear turn signals, that kind of stuff, we've got replacement bulbs for all of those as well, for old and new cars. Doesn't have to be a brand new car. We've got stuff for older generations as well.
How do the LED bulbs compare with the old incandescent bulbs we're used to?
One really great thing about the LEDs, especially if you're working with an older car, like you're restoring an old muscle car or something, the LEDs don't draw nearly as much current. They're much more accepting of, say, corrosion or something like that in an older housing. It takes a lot less to power them, so they work a lot better.
And they also look great?
Yeah, they modernize the ride every time. Even something as simple as like the license plate lights. For some reason, the back end of the car, as soon as you see that modern white light, it's like a brand new car.
And another way to modernize this with the 7-inch lights here.
Yeah, so those are, what you're looking at is a 7-inch round headlight housing, and around the outside is our external 7-inch halo. And those will work with anything that takes that standard 7-inch round headlight. And there's a ton of cars out there. It's really popular with the Jeep people.
Old Mustangs, this is from an old Mustang?
Yep.
And then how do they mount there?
So they'll mount up just like a factory headlight. Like the headlight fits in the standard headlight bucket. The external halos, I love these because you don't even have to remove the headlight. You just take the screws off that hold the retaining bezel on and place this on there and run the screws back down, and you're in business.
Ready to go.
Yeah, the kit comes with wires that go straight to the battery. It's got its own on-off switch, and then you're on the road.
You got your headlights, then when you get to the parking lot, hanging out with your friends.
Yep, once you get off-road, you can come in and choose, whatever kind of animation. So if you're like in a parade, it really is an endless amount of color options that you can choose and design your own animations to do whatever it is you want them to do.
And you can even get it to change with the music, which I love, or with speed if you're off-road too.
Correct.
Very cool. And something that really caught my eye on the truck behind us here are those grill bars that you have.
Well, we've got specific models for the 03 to 07 Cat-Eye trucks, pretty much any of the 88 to 07 GM truck platforms. We've got something specific for those. If that's not your ride, we've got universal bars in 5 different sizes. You can put them on virtually anything.
And they can screw on at the ends, or you can just use an adhesive, which is
Correct.
Which is
They've
great.
got a self-adhesive backing to them. So they've been really popular, especially with some of the truck guys. And what people like about them is when you first turn them on, they do this startup animation.
Super cool.
And they also have a built-in turn signal function. So you're getting that added safety, extra visibility. You're also getting a very unique look on your ride with that animation startup. They've been a great bar, but we have a new version of it coming out, working very closely with a well-known manufacturer, And we've made some 3D prototypes here that we printed in-house just to kind of showcase the design and see how the form and function is going to be compared to the existing design. They're going to have some of the same functions, have a few additional features to them. They're going to be much more robust, and we're really excited to get these things out to the community.
You'll also be coming out with a smoked version of those. And in addition, you have bars and you have the rings that you can use in the interior of the car or anywhere you want on the vehicle.
Correct, yeah, so we've got the flexible strips, which are in fact waterproof, so you can put them inside, outside the car, in the interior. We've got the halos, which would have to be in a weather-tight housing, but they also do the same animation stuff that the 7-inch round do. So if you don't have a 7-inch round housing, but you want that colorful animation, you can get it for pretty much any application.
Sparksmith.com is always pushing the envelope of technology. They've got something for your vehicle. Go check them out online. Well, the folks at GOBI Racks were nice enough to leave their vehicle for a little while, so there's only one thing for me to do. I'm going to head to the mountains. We'll see you once again next week. And in the meantime, if you have a product you want to see here on the show, email me, dave@motorheadgarage.tv. We'll get you here in our Motorhead Garage studio. Until next time, drive safely. We'll see you.